basically, as I said, I basically explained how your character is towards battle. You know, that's kind of how you have learned to develop situation. And basically, you're nearing the end of your final month in training, where basically I will give you a short talk with Alexandra as she tells you after this long month, and I know you haven't seen your friends in a while. Basically, she tells you that today is the day where you will meet them again, and as you guys are walking to the room where they are located, I will allow you to have a short conversation with her just about anything. It can be about training, it can be about anything. And remember, you have spent the last month just purely with her.
Okay. So, Commander Alexandra.
Yes.
So, the big three. I know this is out of nowhere, but do you have any kind of relationship towards Lynch?
Why, yes. See, the big three was created in order to basically fix Hayden's mistake. As was stated right before you started your training, Hayden had opened a portal on Mars and a demon invasion was being unleashed that he could not handle himself. His soldiers were dying rapidly and they had no proper way to handle this outlandish threat. That being me as a commander, one of the best in my fields. At the time, Lynch being the most capable in defensive ability and also in fighting prowess, and Justine, a capable warrior that you give her any basic weapon, she basically knows how to use it by heart. On top of that, her fighting prowess is unmatched by any person, physical strength via Lynch and strategy via me. We basically were transported to Mars, and we fought there. Of course, before all of that, though, I had known Lynch after a certain incident happened. When I first joined the army, I quickly grew in ranks, not to a commander, but basically a stage under that. As I was out with a mission, our commander at the time practically led our squad into a suicide. As I told him it wasn't wise and tried to give him ideas and ideals to change, he simply had ignored me and told me, I know nothing, I am not at the level yet. As we approached in to do our mission, I refused to basically fight against it and disobey his orders. And in doing so, everybody in my squad had died, including him, except for me. I was the only one to survive. In the midst of that, I was set back, alone, with no squad, no battalion, nobody. My only friends were killed from there, and my commander was dead as well. That's when I met Lynch. He seemed to already have been well adjusted to here, and he had a prowess that was higher than me. He helped me get onto my feet. He also gave me motivation to push forward. That's basically when me and him got together for a while. He helped me train myself, my mind, my body, and become a commander for myself. I could lead my own battalion and make sure the same mistake that was once happened could never happen again. After that, me and him kind of grew apart, and we went our separate ways for a while. And basically, once we were called for the UAC, we had met again. And after that point, we had formed the Big Three.
Interesting. I always thought that you two had some kind of connection. From the moment I even walked into this base. Sorry, I just had to ask you that question. It's been on my tongue for a while.
It's okay. I completely understand.
Also,
now, Oh, go ahead.
It's sorry to cut you off, Commander Alexander, but with my anger problems,
Yes.
is there another true way of stopping it?
As you kind of say that, she kind of like, as you guys are walking, she kind of like stops, and you stop with her. As she turns to you and she says, "If I were to be honest with you, nobody can change your anger but you. It is something that you have manifested for yourself via own purposes and life scenarios. To channel it is one thing, but to become it is another. To learn how to control your anger is to learn how to control yourself. Once you learn your weaknesses and strengths, apply that to yourself. Be smart. Be careful. Be safe. I cannot give you much information that you do not know about yourself. You must learn how to control it. I've given you all I can. I wish you good luck." You're welcome. As she kind of turns to keep walking, you guys are basically near the door now, so she kind of gets ahead of you and kind of opens the door open as she steps to the side and kind of puts her arm out for you to walk in first.
Yeah.
And as you start to walk in, she kind of turns to you and she goes, "I'm very proud of you, Dion. You've learned a lot." As she kind of gives a bow.
My character bows back and thanks her for training him.
No problem. As you walk in, you see this isn't a big room. This is actually a very small hangout room. There's couches, there's a table, there's a TV that's playing something you do not know. There is a fridge, sink. Basically, it looks like a house, basically. It looks like a living room and the kitchen of a house. And as you walk in, there is a window with a skylight that you could look out, and as you turn in, you see 4 people that you kinda remember. You see both Troy and Samuel having a conversation towards the kitchen area, as well as Caroline and Roy talking on the couch. And as you kind of walk in, they all kind of eye you and smile to your arrival, and kind of like Caroline kind of like ushers you over to talk to her.
Okay, I follow.
So basically, as you walk over, she kind of stands up and she says, "Sorry, Roy." And Roy kind of smiles. He's like, "No, it's okay." And she kind of stands up. She's like, "It's been a while."
Yes, it has. How's training for you?
How have you been?
Oh, I've been...
Training for me? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, she can go first.
Okay. She basically kind of smiles. She goes, "Training for me? It's been surprisingly really good. Commander Justine has 100% taught me a lot about myself and how to engage battles and fight for myself. On top of that, I've actually been learning some stuff from Samuel as well. He's been helping me out a lot."
Finally.
Yeah.
Had a little change of heart for once.
Yeah, I asked him to help me overcome my own weakness and my emotions of fear, and he's been very good at that, and I can't be more generous of him.
Meanwhile, my character hears this in his head. He doesn't scream, but he's like, "I'm proud of you, Samuel." Anyways, yeah. Commander Alexandra, she taught me a lot of stuff, and more of a support role myself to help out the team. And I don't know how you feel about this, but she said something about me being the leader.
Honestly, you did work with the leader of the Big Three. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I believe you do have the highest prowess among us, you definitely can gauge battles much better, and I do believe you're more attuned to the outside and to the demons that lurk there. So I
Well,
wouldn't be
hey.
opposed to it.
Well, yeah, I sense that you're a strong fighter yourself. I mean, you trained with Justine. You trained with her, which impresses me by a lot as well. Because apparently I got her, but she said she was holding back. So, you know, if she's training with you, that means a lot. So
Thank you.
maybe I think you might be stronger than me.
Who knows? But if you want to really talk about greatest physical strength, that's Samuel over there. He's definitely picked up a few toys and lessons via his training.
I'll talk to him later. I do have a question for you though.
Yes,
After all that training, do you feel like a lot of stuff changed too? Like as your person, as yourself?
100%. I have not fully abandoned, but mostly abandoned my fear. I
Good.
no longer feel like I have to run away. I no longer feel like I can't protect. I feel proud of myself for once. And I'm going to find my sister no matter what. I promise.
Don't worry. I still have my ideal as well, the promise I made. When we all go together, if we have the time, we will search any building that we can find, and we can see if we can find someone that we know of.
Thank you.
And yeah, you're welcome. And here's the secret between me and you. We have to, when something goes wrong, we gotta stand up and stop anyone from fighting each other, because we are comrades all together, aren't we?
Yes.
If we overcome anything that's hitting against us, we will stop anything that's in our way. So just keep that in mind for our team.
I will.
I'll see you later, Caroline.
I'll see you.
Alright.
And basically, as you kind of end your conversation with her, and you go to turn, Roy kind of stands up. He's like, "Wait!" He kind of gets up. And he's like, "I have a question."
Yes. What's up?
Before he asks this question, I need you to roll a perception check.
Okay. Let me go to my character sheet. Alright. Alright. 19.
19?
Yep.
You kind of like eye Roy up and down, and they're like, something different about him? Did he get tall? No. Those are muscles. Roy now is a very fit young lad. Like because you know he trained with Lynch. After training with Lynch, you can physically see this man's like he has muscle tendons 100%. Like he is fit to the bone. You can tell just by looking at him. If he were to lift up his shirt, he would have an extremely ripped six pack. And for only a month of work, you are very impressed about how much his body has developed and grown, especially for a 15-year-old.
Roy, what the?
Yeah.
You got. Who trained you to be like this?
Lynch, of course. He kind of flexes his muscle as he goes down. I'm a bit of a brute now.
Good show. Good show.
Showing off. He says, "Well, my question to you is, can we have an arm wrestle?"
Okay. Alright. Now, Roy, I'll tell you something. It's been years since I've been to arm wrestle before. It's been so long since, for that fact, I don't even remember how to play that game. But I am interested to play.
Great. So basically, as he kind of says that, he kind of leads you over to the glass table that was in the middle of the two couches. As he says, "All right, get on your knees." So basically, as you get on your knees, he kind of puts his elbow down onto the glass table to basically show you. Basically, in an arm wrestle, what you do is you put your arm here, right?
Right.
And you grab the other person's hand,
Okay.
and you basically use all your strength to kind of push the other person down. If you get the other person's down arm, you win.
You said use all of your strength?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any advantages to winning or losing? It's just like this is a regular competitive match.
Yep, regular. I just want to see. I just want to gauge how strong you are.
Okay, I'm down with that. Let's do it.
So you ready?
He says that while he's grinning, by the way.
How this is. Oh yeah, I get you grinning. So basically, how this is gonna work is you're just gonna roll. You're gonna do a strength roll and add your modifiers.
Okay. So what skill would it be for it?
You would just roll and add your strength modifier.
Oh, okay. And it's still a 1d20 dice I'm using for it?
Yes.
Okay. 23.
Fuck. So basically, he got an 18. Basically, as you two kind of go like this, he surprisingly for you being 17, him being 15, he starts winning in the beginning as kind of start losing, and you can definitely feel his strength is definitely brightened. But as he kind of gets you down, you kind of remember basically that all right, I gotta be smart about this. So you kind of like tweak your elbow a little bit as he pushes you down to try to kind of like twist your arm to get leverage, and he's kind of confused because he's just going for brute strength. As you kind of twist your arm and move it, you kind of get the upper advantage, and then the moment you get him up, you basically just and push down, and you get his hand down, and you win. He's like, I lost.
Hey now. Yeah, but hey now, you're strong too. You almost got me. Very strong.
You and Samuel. That's what I have to beat. As he kind of like says that under his breath, he's like, well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. He says that in a little confusing tone while he's walking away.
As he kind of stands there, he says, well, see ya. And he kind of just goes back over to talking to Caroline.
Alright. Can I see, is Troy in the room?
Yes, Troy and Samuel are talking at the counter in the kitchen.
I'm gonna go ahead and join them.
Okay. So basically, you get up after your victorious match against Roy in an arm wrestle, and you kind of stand up, and you turn, and you walk over to Troy and Samuel. And as they're talking, you kind of peep in, and they notice you, but they don't really stop their conversation. And as you walk in, you hear basically Troy is talking to Samuel about they're basically talking about training, and he's talking about how he trained and how Samuel trained as well. And you kind of overhear Troy talking about how basically most of his training was physical and endurance training. So you basically know that Troy and Roy have been training via physical, like very physical, like muscle training and weights and basically things like that. To the extreme, as you kind of walk into the conversation right when you finish saying that, he's like, oh, Dion, it's been a while.
Yes, it has. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm very good. Samuel kind of leans up. It's been alright.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, how was, for training wise? Do you feel like there's any change in you guys now? Or is it still feel the same?
Basically, as you kind of look down at Troy is kind of the same as Roy. Like, he still has built up that muscle mass. He looks like he's a shroud less than like it looks like Roy has the jump on him by muscles a tiny bit, but he still is extremely fit. He would still have that six pack if you lifted up his shirt, and you can still basically visibly see his kind of muscle, and he kind of has like grown like a bigger chest. He basically has become like a bigger unit altogether. As you kind of look at Samuel, and Samuel is more of he has grown pretty physically strong, but as you see him, he looks more like relaxed and tone deaf as well. Like he kind of looks like he's more of an agility based than strength, really. You can kind of tell that just by the way he stands. Because, like I said, you're also like a profiler via your knowledge and everything.
Yeah.
You were trained in that as well. By kind of the way he stands and the way he kind of moves now, he looks more of an agility base as well. So as you kind of say that, he's like, Samuel kind of replies, "It's pretty good. Justine has taught me a lot, especially in combat prowess. I think I could beat you in a one-on-one, in fact."
Just I like to hear, Samuel.
It's kind of smirks at that response. As Troy kind of bunts into the conversation, "How'd your training go, Dion?"
It actually went fairly well. I am support for this team to help out with healing or any necessary medicine. So if you guys got any problem with, if let's say your arm's broken or you got a really, let's say you're bleeding to death, just call me up and I'll be there.
Ooh, okay.
And I will say, I toned down my anger a little bit, so I mastered that. And well, right now in this case, just being strong as I can to help out the team. But
as you say, you lowered your anger and have like calmed down. Samuel kind of perks up to that comment. He starts getting a little more interested in your training and what you're saying.
Yeah, and this may sound funny even to you, Samuel. Commander Alexandra appointed me saying maybe I could be the leader, but I don't really think about that as much. I think of myself as the, not the team player, but to be the comrade of everyone else. So when everyone needs the help, they got it. So, Samuel, I'm gonna ask you a question, which, Troy, if you don't mind, just give me and Samuel just a few minutes to talk, and that's okay with you.
Okay. He kind of just like backs up. He's like, "Well, see you both," and he kind of goes over to where Caroline and Roy are.
Yeah. So, Samuel,
Yes.
I have a proposition for you. Do you want to be the team leader of this group?
As you say that, Samuel kind of thinks and he steps back.
You're gonna be ready to eat when you come back?
Yeah.
Okay, it's spaghetti.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll just bring it to you here.
All right.
You're all done with this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Basically, as Samuel kind of like steps back and thinks about what you just said, he kind of perks his up and he goes, "I think I know one person who would actually be the leader."
And who?
And he kind of steps in, and he kind of looks at Caroline and goes, "Honestly, I think you should ask her that question."
Oh.
Via her training, she doesn't really realize it, but she's become way more calm. She's assessed the situations pretty well, and if I'm being honest, I hate to admit it, but she'd be a better leader than me.
That's a lot coming from you. For me personally, I don't feel like I should be a leader either. I kind of feel like Caroline deserves it as well to lead us all. But just to show.
Don't tell her I said that either.
I promise I won't. I won't tell her that. But our truce is still on hold, if you have that in mind still. Or maybe that's even gone and you forgot about it. But
never forgot.
But remember, if we keep, I'm telling you, my friend, if we continue to motivate each other to become strong soldiers, maybe who knows? Maybe we'll come to the next big 4, big 3 they were talking about earlier.
That will definitely help me my goal, I would say.
What is your proposition then for your future?
I need to become stronger. No matter how strong I am now, I still know there might be a day where I can go out there. There's a demon that I can't kill. There's something I can't beat.
Well, if I tell you this, do you think me and you can train each other? Even when we're out there in an adventure, let's say we got to an expedition, let's say they told us that, and we have a lot of free time. We'd like to spar?
I'd 100% be down for that.
All right.
As he kind of like takes out his hand to shake one more time as like another truce.
Yes. I shake his
Shake his
hand,
hand.
and while I'm shaking his hand, I also say, Samuel, you may not think it, but I think you're gonna be a lot stronger than you are right now in the future. I can feel it.
He's kind of nods his head and be like, understood. Kind of lets go, and as he lets go, you kind of hear via a loudspeaker. You hear the voice of Justine. Well, well, well. We got everybody together, don't we? She's not in the room. It's like as you kind of like look up, you see a loudspeaker in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, well, well. We got everybody together. As your true training has finally been complete, there's one more thing I need you to do. She kind of says that. She says, I need all of you to return back to your rooms for further instructions. As she says that, you kind of see Caroline and Samuel both like kind of like stand up straight and go, yes, Commander. As the loudspeaker turns off, he kind of turns back and goes, I'm sorry. Something we had to learn.
Hey, you know what? I don't put it against you, because I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
You weren't. It's something that Justine made them do.
Oh.
It was part of their training as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Bro, anyways. But as he kind of says that, everybody's like, well, we should probably go back to our rooms. So as everybody just basically starts to leave, do you do the same?
Yeah, wait, actually, can I see if I can pick up any snacks?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to roll investigation for anything, or is it I can just get it?
Yes. Roll investigation.
Alright. Okay, let me go to my character sheet. Alright, here we go. 5?
This is a barren wasteland in here. You found a crumb. You found a crumb of something that looks like was just eaten in the spot where Troy was, so you're assuming that Troy ate the only snacks in here.
God damn it! He doesn't actually say that, I'm sorry. He says, oh, damn, it was too late. I'm gonna go walk to my room now.
So basically, as you go, you walk to your room, and as you open the door and enter, in front of you, in nice white layered armor, as again, it kind of has the mask of Locke from Halo 5. It's kind of nice, it has a nice shine, especially when the sun comes through your window and glistens on it, as a tablet lays in front of it. You go down to pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna read that first before my character even wears the suit.
Okay. Basically, as you pick it up, it reads, congratulations on completing your training. Now it's time for your final task. Suit up and meet in the original room where you were first shown these suits.
So, after he reads that, I'd have my character look at the helmet, and then he's gonna like pull his sleeves up and go, okay, it's time for the real adventure, and then that's when he puts on the suit.
Nice. So basically, as you put on this suit, and as you put it on, once it's fully on, you feel like this suit is revolutionary. Like, you feel faster, you feel stronger, like, you feel like you're more than a human now, right? Like,
yeah.
You actually feel like you can fight against demons. So basically, as you kind of you leave your room and you walk back to the original room where you found these suits, basically there you meet up where everybody's kind of like walking at the same time, and you're the first one to make it in. As you walk in, everybody kind of follows behind you, and there is a rack where they are holding guns and equipment. As you kind of walk up, you see it has assault, offensive, support, tank. and for tank it has 2 of the same things for Roy and both Troy. As everybody kind of walks up and starts like analyzing their weapons and seeing what they're working with, do you do the same?
Yeah.
As you walk up, you pick up a kind of decently weighed gun. You know what it is from your basic training in the beginning. You have now acquired the plasma rifle. As you kind of look at it, analyze it, stick it on your back. You also look else. You grab a secondary, which is your stim gun as well, that you were told about. You were also told about everything that's in your suit in the beginning and via training when you were with Alexandra. And you gain your med kit, the antibiotics, basically gain everything you had in your inventory, right?
Yeah.
As everybody else kind of also grabs everything they need and suits up as well. You hear finally, damn. Take you guys long enough to walk, as you hear Lynch's voice over the microphone. Now, do me a favor and enter through the portal. As the portal that you first originally came into starts to start up at it. Boom! Gives that same shockwave of effect. This time you don't need to close your eyes because you're wearing the suit. As the portal walks through and he says, now, it's time for your last challenge. You go through the portal.
Shit. Are all of us in a line together?
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
all of you kind of lined up.
Before we enter, my character says to everyone, alright team, we've been training for a long time, and now I think this is the time where real shit happens. And he says that with finally a smile on his face, and his eyebrows are still down, but he's finally smiling for once.
As you kind of say that, they all also kind of smile with you, and they're like, Caroline puts her hand in the middle, first thing as a team, first fight as a team, basically, as she kind of puts her fist in. Roy and Troy kind of join her.
Yeah.
Do you do the same?
Yes.
You do the same. Samuel kind of stands. He's like,
Samuel,
fine.
come on.
As he also puts his fist in, Caroline basically goes, let's beat this and become true soldiers. As everybody kind of looks at her, yeah, as they raise their fist in the air, including you.
Yeah!
Lower it back down and walk into the portal. So, we're gonna have a short break.
Okay. So far. Oh my god, training with Commander Alexandra.
This is about to be a 5-hour session. I hope you know
This is
It's about to hit
changing.
8 o'clock.
This changes my character perfectly. Oh my god, he went from
Bro, I told you
from
this session
depressed and
was going to
angry.
be fun.
He went from depressed and angry to now he's finally getting back happiness. We're having friends on his side, and even having a almost of a not of a family figure or anything, but more of a really close person feelings towards Alexander, Justine, and Lynch, since they were all there, and they were talking about the big three and all that. Oh my fucking god. Let's go.
Bro.
Alright, so for that little break, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop the video, and then when we come back, I'll continue it.